everyone, so we are here in my new kitchen and it is echoing here because, well, I don't have any furniture. That's a whole story we're going to get into, but you're here, you're gonna be cooking with me and I'm going to explain all of it. So we are actually gonna be making a pan sheet meal today. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this, we're going to do it for 425 degrees. All right, very good. So that is preheating and I'm going to explain what's going on. So I am here in Florida and things have been a little bit wild, a little bit crazy. And I sold my home in Texas and so we are here in Florida. So let's explain what's going on. And I'll explain all the things I'm doing right now with you as well. Closed on my home May 6th. And I got some movers to come and pack up everything. And they were supposed to deliver my stuff here in Florida May 13th. The date is now May 16th and I don't have furniture. So that's been fun. Now with that, they said that by law, and they told me a few times, by law they have up to 21 business days to deliver my stuff, but because it's been so, because the lead time, I gave them like a week before they had to be here, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. Yeah, it wasn't fine. So, yesterday I actually got a little bit perturbed because I had been calling and all I got were voicemails and no one was actually returning my calls at all. So I got a little bit perturbed and I decided I was gonna make a TikTok video just kind of explaining everything. I also put it on my Facebook page, you name it, I did it. I was not happy. So I'm just using some parchment paper. That might be loud, I'm so sorry. I'm putting it down on the pan because honestly, I don't want to have to do dishes. So I made this post and funny enough, I did receive a phone call maybe 30 minutes later. And the lady basically told me that she had no idea when my belongings, where they were. Last I knew they were in Dallas. That's what she had, is that they were in Dallas. And she had no idea when they were going to be here. Great. So at that point, I knew I had to do something. So this is what I did. I'm not going to let this bother me or stop me. So what I did is I went to the dollar store and I got a few things so I could continue making dinners. So I got just a regular cheap knife. I decided to get everything that was kind of on the cheaper side because that way I'm not spending a lot of money for things that I already have that are coming, right? So yeah, I got a small cutting board. I went to Dollar Tree, right? So everything is like $1.25. Actually, no, I did not get this knife. My mom gave me this knife to borrow. Cool. So that's kind of what I did. So some of the things that I did get to try to go and make life as somewhat normal as possible. It was important that I got scissors because honestly, I needed to be able to cut things. I was smart enough to go and bring a pocket knife with me, but a pocket knife is only good for so many things. Some other things I got was I got a large pan and you're gonna see that. That's what I'm doing now is I'm actually taking all these broccoli that I'm cutting off the bigger stems of and I'm just putting it here on the pan. I got some ice cream from her that she did not want, and so I needed an ice cream scoop. So basically, I think I spent like $30 at the dollar store, and I just got things to try to make life as, I don't know, as normal as I possibly can. But one of the things that I'm doing to try to make things as easy for myself as possible is, it's really hard and you feel out of sorts if you're not eating right. And moving, it sucks. Moving completely sucks because you're eating like horribly while you're traveling. You're eating horribly the last few days in your old house. You're eating horribly for the first night or two in your new house. And then if you don't have any furniture, then you're going to continue to eat unhealthy unless you decide that you're going to do something like this. So that is kind of where we're at right now with everything. And I'm doing my best to try to go and keep everything as normal as possible. So, some of the things that I have found that are going to be easy to go and make are sandwiches. You can make these one sheet pan dinners. Those are going to be easy. See, the thing is that I don't want to go out and buy basically all the same things that I have coming, because that seems like a waste of money to me. It just does. All right, so this is what I've done so far. Just so you know, I have cut up broccoli florets, and now I have some Hillshire Farm beef smoked sausage, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut that as well. Now, I told you yesterday that the lady that called me, she couldn't tell me where anything was. Well, today, there was a lovely lady, her name was Nicole. She actually told me that over the weekend, my belongings are going to be on a truck and they're gonna be leaving Dallas. So, she said they would be leaving Dallas and could expect my stuff the 20th through the 22nd at some point. Okay, so we'll see if that happens. But, you know, I'm not stressing out because I know that they're going to get here. And I know that me stressing out about it is not helping at all. I've actually found that this may be for the best. Silly, I know, but here's why I say I think it might be for the best. Because this has given me the opportunity to be able to get some things done, like my home security system. I was able to get my internet up, and I was able to do all that without having to go and have multiple people back to back or on top of each other at the house. I have a husky, as some of you may know, and so by kind of having that lead time of when they're going to be here, I'm actually going to schedule her to get a bath and a D-shed while we're here and while the movers are here, and that way she'll be in air conditioning. She doesn't really hate baths that much. I mean, granted, she doesn't like them, but she doesn't hate them. But that way she'll be occupied, and that way I can actually do what I need to do with the movers here. So, you know what, it's turning out for the best. Some things I've also been doing to keep myself busy because I don't have a TV. I do have the internet, but I don't have a TV, is I have been planning the content, the systems that we have done before. I've been planning out how I actually want to deliver those to you. So I have been keeping myself busy during this time. All right, so I have the sausage already cut up, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my potatoes. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, and my sink is over here. So since this bag has like mesh on it, I'm gonna go ahead and wash it right here in the bag and just kind of mix around a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, so here we are again. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting these little baby Dutch potatoes in half. And then I'm basically quartering them, and I'm just kind of slicing them into chunks. They'll cook faster, and that way they're a little bit easier to eat. But yes, that is what has been going on with me. The home buying process here in Florida has definitely been interesting, to say the least. I have never purchased somebody else's home before. The last home that I had, it was a brand new home, and so I got it from the builder. So going through negotiations was definitely different. And then getting the Texas home ready for sale, and then going through the cleaning and all that, that was definitely, that was not easy. That was difficult. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. It was very difficult. But what made it easy is I actually leveraged AI. I used ChatGPT. Actually, I've been getting really good at using ChatGPT for quite a bit of stuff. And so I'm going to show you how I've been able to go and use ChatGPT to basically handle my move, how you can use ChatGPT to gamify your life. So I played around with that for a little while. I did a lot of testing of things so that I could come to you and have something that was working, that I know worked. So that is going to be coming to you. Actually, I did a lot of that today. Setting those bare bones down. And I think it's gonna be fun. So basically the premise is you have, let's say it's your home, right? I've been where you are. I've been at some crazy low periods in my life, right? My husband dying was definitely difficult for me, because then I basically had to deal with everything myself. So I can tell you, I've been at some very, very low times where, you know, I was really even kind of struggling with who am I at this point. And so ChatGPT actually helped me get back to figuring out who I was, and how to piece it all together. In fact, I used ChatGPT to walk me through unhooking my washer. I did it myself. So it's gonna be little things like that. You're going to find that it's not something to be scared of. You don't need to give away your entire life and your whole details. But everyone that I've kind of shown what I've done with AI has been really kind of impressed. I have had a few people ask me how they can get the same thing. It's basically someone to sit there and help you get your life back together, or help you get it out from chaos. And so that's what I hope to be able to go and show. I would show you that right now, but I'm cooking and I kind of wanted to go and tell you what's been going on. But yeah, that's what's been happening over here in my world right now. And I'm looking over at what will be my living room. I have two patio chairs instead of a couch. but that's okay. I have definitely learned a lot of patience. There was a time in my life when I can tell you that I would have completely stressed out over the fact that I don't have my furniture. No one knows where my furniture exactly is, and I don't know when it's coming. But today is, let's see, it is day 4 of when I should have had it. And I guess I'm not even really keeping track of how long they've had it yet. But yeah, so we are almost done. And one of the things that I did is I actually made like this house seasoning that I use on almost everything. And so I bought all the ingredients for that, and I decided instead of putting it in a like Rubbermaid disposable thing, I decided to get this jar that looked a little bit nicer. Because I mean, I literally use it for everything. If a recipe calls for salt and pepper, I use this. One of the good things and bad things about moving is I ended up giving all my spices and all my oils and things like that away to my neighbors. So I am starting fresh. So the good thing with that is that I can actually get the things that I use and not just have all these random spices everywhere. I will be starting my hydroponic lettuce, and I don't know, I might do some fresh herbs because I have found that I like cooking with fresh herbs a lot. So that is something that I'll be showing you guys how I do it. I don't want to commit myself to when it will be done because I need my furniture first. So that is that for the potatoes. Right now I'm just kind of putting everything here. I will throw it away. This is done. All right, so here is what I have cooked. Oh, not cooked, what I've cut. I have the broccoli, I have the sausage, I have the potatoes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some olive oil here. Now, normally I would probably like use Pam or something on the parchment paper, but since I'm gonna be using olive oil anyway, there's no need. Just gonna go ahead and give it a nice little pour. I have no idea how much that was. I'm just gonna be honest. At this point, I don't measure that. So what this is garlic powder, sea salt, and black pepper. That's it. Go ahead, and yes, I do like using rubber gloves because I found that if my hands get even a little bit messy, I'm constantly washing my hands. So that's why I've learned to use rubber gloves. These are not the gloves that I prefer, but they're the ones I got. So how much do I use of this? I don't know. Again, I just kind of do a nice healthy pinch. I might even do 2. There we go. And I'm also going to use some smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked, that's perfectly fine. You can use regular paprika, but I like the way that smoked tastes. That was a little bit violent. I'm so sorry for that. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I'm just trying to open this up. As you can see, I mean, I literally just bought it. Some of this stuff I got at Walmart, some is like, let me see, yeah, the spices I got at Walmart. but a lot of the other stuff I got at the dollar store. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this around. So the reason why I like using the pan sheets is because if you do it right, then you could have enough for, I mean, for us, this is gonna be enough for 2 days. All right. I'm done with my gloves. I'm gonna take my smoked paprika and just put it on top. You could also put a cheese on top of this if you want to. I haven't tried with cheese, just to be honest. All right, so that is at 425 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in for 20 minutes and it will be done. I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer for 20 minutes. We're not gonna stay together for 20 minutes, but hopefully that kind of tells you what's been going on, what I've been up to, and what you can expect. So I will end up giving you the entire tour, I promise. You're probably going to see the house in chaos with boxes because we're going to unpack this stuff together. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.